What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy, CamATL, and welcome back to another NFL video with your boy. Drop a like down below, comment anything in the comments section, and enter your name into a $50 giveaway I do every week on this channel. On Wednesday, when I do the first look lineup video for week 10, I'll be choosing the winner. So this is the final video to be able to get your name in. Thank you guys for joining me as always. We are going to break down the Baltimore at New Orleans game in this showdown slate that we got for tonight. I'm excited about this game. I think it's going to be a solid game, and we've got some spots that we could definitely take advantage of. So interested in it. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. Starting off at captain. Now, one of the interesting spots that I've gone so far, obviously Lamar Jackson is always an option at captain. But an interesting build that I just had a little bit ago after I've been working all morning on this is a Devin Duvernay option. Now you have to understand here. Um, Devin Duvernay, there's no Rashad Bateman, no Mark Andrews. Okay, so like Devin Duvernay is going to get damn near every target. Like he's going to get a lot of targets in this past game. Now both Baltimore and New Orleans are more run heavy-ish teams, right? The problem is though is both of these teams have been solid versus the run. So both of these teams can end up leaning on the pass, which both offensive lines have given their quarterbacks a good bit of time. So when you look at the matchup, right? The behind the scenes matchup information, right? New Orleans and Baltimore have both done a very good job at limiting the pressure rate on both of their quarterbacks. Both of their quarterbacks are able to take some time and find their open receivers. So Andy Dalton and Lamar Jackson are definitely in great spots in this game. And I think that this is a fantastic spot to be able to target some of that pass game, especially on the New Orleans side where I'm expecting them to be behind. But this game could honestly go either way. But Devin Duvernay is definitely interesting to me because he's only 10-2 at captain, and he's going to be heavily targeted on Baltimore. Um, on the New Orleans side, a guy that I think is key is Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara is an RB1 and a wide receiver one. Don't overthink this situation here. He is the only guy in New Orleans that's going to get any run at running back here. He's going to get all of the running back carries. He's going to get a ton of catches in the pass game. Alvin Kamara is vital in every single lineup you make, and you need to lock him in and not worry about it from there. All right? Lock him in and move on with your life. All right? Now, I've done some thinking about Kenyon Drake. Obviously, you've got Gus Edwards out of Baltimore. Kenyon Drake's probably going to get some good run, but we know the situation for Baltimore. A lot of times they like to split their running back situation up. Kenyon Drake is in play for me for sure. I could see a scenario where he does well, but like I said earlier, when it comes to the line matchup, there's more of a pass benefit for these teams than a run benefit. Both defenses have done solid versus the run, and both offensive lines haven't really created much for their running backs when it comes to the run game. Whereas in the matchup with the offensive line's given their quarterback time to throw, though they've done well. So I'm leaning more a little bit towards the pass, except Alvin Kamara's locked because he does so much. But on the other side, on the Baltimore side, I'm kind of liking some of these receivers with Mark Andrews and Bateman out. So with that being said, Devin Duvernay at captain, Alvin Kamara, and then the last guy that I want to land on, obviously Lamar Jackson's in play. I'm not even going to put him in the core. There's no reason he's in play. You need to have him. The other guy that I want to do, and he actually brought us money last time that Baltimore played, actually. And that's going to be, sorry, no wonder. I was wondering where Likely was. Isaiah Likely. He is going to be the pass catching tight end for this Baltimore team. And obviously, they love throwing to their tight end. Likely had a big game in this last game. We had him. I believe he was like $600, something like that. I can't remember his price, but gave us a big W last time Baltimore played, and I'm going right back to him here at 5'8". No Bateman, no Mark Andrews. We know Lamar Jackson loves to target his tight end, so Likely is a fantastic option. You can even consider him at captain if you would like to. It's just to get different if you want to. I think Devin Duvernay already is going to kind of be a different strategy at captain. Um, but it just feels really sneaky to me with the target share he's going to get in this offense. Devin Duvernay is definitely interesting, but Isaiah Likely on the other side for Baltimore. And like I said, I love Lamar Jackson. I just don't feel the need to put him in the core because you need to play him. Okay, so I'm not going to spend much time on that. Let's talk about all from there on. So that's the core. Duvernay, Kamara, and Likely are guys that I'll probably have a lot of shares of in this slate. Those are the main guys, and that I'll be focusing on getting with their prices involved and all that other stuff. Chris Olave, I absolutely love on the New Orleans side. He gets a huge target share on New Orleans as well. He's amazing at 8.6. Like I said, you can play Andy Dalton. My favorite builds have kind of been fading Andy Dalton and getting his pass catchers, getting Kamara, getting Olave instead of playing Andy Dalton at 10-2. Andy Dalton's a little priced up, you know what I mean? So it's like, I kind of, with the scoring on DK, I kind of lean towards playing the pass catchers. Kenyon Drake, we talked about it. He's no Gus Edwards. He's going to get a bump, but we know Baltimore likes to spread those running back carries out, so I wouldn't be surprised if it's kind of split up here. But Kenyon Drake is in a good spot at 7-2 if he does get the bulk. New Orleans defense is solid versus the run, and like I said, I'm kind of leaning a little bit more towards getting some pass catchers here with the receiving guys out for Baltimore, but Kenyon Drake's in play for sure. Demarcus Robinson's another guy who will get a bump with these injuries in Baltimore. The guy I really want to talk about, though, is probably James Prochet the second. You're getting a value guy with these guys out at 3.8. Um, so I like his price tag for sure for Prochet. I'm not sure if I'm saying his name right. You can play either kicker. This game is in a dome, so you can play either kicker. They're in play for me for sure. Taysom Hill is a vulture at 6'4". I mean, I could see him getting one in. I'm not gonna lie. I don't play him in showdown slates unless he's starting. I'm not gonna sit here and, at the end of the day, I only have I'm making one line and I'm rolling with it. I'm not gonna have a ton of Taysom Hill if I'm making one line, and if I was making multiple, I would have some Taysom. Because I'm not though, I won't have a ton. That's about it for me, man. Really, no matter who's at captain or not, Duvernay, Kamara, likely are core guys that I really love. Lamar Jackson, Chris Olave, Kenyon Drake is interesting. He's not super high on my list, but he's definitely in play. Demarcus Robinson with their injuries. James Prochet is in play as well. Both kickers are guys that I'm interested in. But like I said, my first thoughts here for this game is grabbing the pass catchers for Baltimore with Bateman and Andrews out. I really like to grab some of those pass catchers who are going to get a huge target share bump. And then grabbing kind of more of the pass catchers on the New Orleans side instead of worrying about spending up on Andy Dalton. Um, I'm kind of more of the stud guys, the main guys who get the majority of the targets, and that's going to be Kamara and Olave, are the two guys that I really have the most interest in on the New Orleans side. Obviously, Lamar Jackson, I don't have him in the core because he's obvious. So that's why I didn't worry about putting him into the core. He's obviously, with his rushing ability and all that. I mean, he's gonna go off. I believe Vegas has him on the over on his rushing yards too, and it's like at 60 yards or something crazy like that. So, yeah, Lamar is gonna go off. And obviously, if you can get Lamar at captain, he's probably gonna be the highest scoring player on the slate, as he normally is. Um, I've had a little bit of a struggle doing that because the real cheap value's not there for me. Uh, but getting Lamar in your lineup, period, whether he's at flex or captain, doesn't matter. He needs to be in probably. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me as always. Good luck on this game, man. This is going to be a good game. Like I said, my initial thoughts is kind of leaning more towards the pass. Um, even though both teams are kind of run heavier and, all that good stuff, both teams kind of have injuries in their past games, and I like taking advantage of those spots. But yeah, you never know, man. And honestly, Kenyon Drake is in play. Kenyon Drake could end up going out and going off. New Orleans is a solid defense against the run, though, and I'm banking on the fact that him kind of being average and Baltimore doing a lot of damage to their tight end, a lot of damage to Duvernay and all those guys to move the ball, and then New Orleans using a ton of Kamara and Olave. So that's kind of the vibe that I like on this slate so far. As the day goes on, I'll continue looking at it and perfect things. But good luck, everybody. GreenlightDFS.com. Join the squad. If you didn't join for Week 9, you can join for Week 10 now and get Monday nights included. All right? Thank you guys for joining me. I'm out. Peace.